Okay, so I owe you an explanation. These presses, they're not going anywhere. Well, that one might be, but that's a whole different story. I will continue to print in this space, but things are changing around here. In fact, they've already changed. In January, I received 4 inquiries from people who just needed a printer. They already had art. They needed a letterpress printer, a foil stamper, whatever that is. For a long time, I've said that I don't want to continue to take that kind of work. Now, it's not that I don't love those clients, but the reality is that particular type of work requires someone who is incredibly efficient. The people who hire printers tend to be looking for the best price available given a certain level of quality. Now, granted, I always send things out at that quality or above, but I'm not set up with the efficiencies to do that in a way that makes me a competitive bidder. And in order for me to do it at a cost that makes the most sense. And when I say I'm not set up for those efficiencies, it's things like, I visited my new friend Ron over in Orlando last week. He's at H&H Printing. And this guy literally sets every single business card job up the exact same way. He's doing it so frequently and so consistently that he can do it in no time. For me, because my business cards are very often odd-sized or die-cut or all sorts of different things, every time, it's not that I'm reinventing the wheel, but it's that I'm having to approach each job differently. And because of that, if all I am is a printer, I'm not set up efficiently enough to have a competitive rate for that. More importantly, if I'm honest, that work doesn't necessarily excite me. Now, I just printed for James Victoria, my mentor, my hero, and I will always print for someone like him when they call. I want to work with people like Aaron Draplin and James Victoria, but much like James would say, hiring me for my heart is one cost. It costs more to hire me for my hands. The work that I do, that I enjoy, that I love, the work that excites me is when I get the chance to work full service with a client. And so I am done being a printer. Now, honestly, you should have seen this coming. For more than a year now, the trailer for this channel has been a video called I Am Not a Printer. It's never been how I've seen myself. I own these presses in service to big ideas, into taking my clients over the abyss. And it doesn't serve my ideal clients for me to continue to be distracted by work that, well, I've heard it said that when you say yes to something, you're saying no to everything else. And that's certainly true of wedding photographers. If you commit to a couple on a date, you can't book other couples on that same date. It's the way it is. And it's not ideal for my ideal clients that I be doing work that distracts me from these big projects. And so from here on out, so this past month, I've had 4 inquiries that just weren't right. And it took a big shift in the way that I've approached things. And honestly, it's taken a huge shift in my approach to be able to tell those people with confidence, I'm probably not the right fit for you. Fortunately, I have a lot of great friends, including Ron at H&H and Ryan at Rise and Shine Letterpress, who are perfect for those types of jobs. That's the work they do day in and day out. But I've discovered that for me, my clients, I do my best work when my clients let me dream for them and with them. And if somebody comes with art ready to go and specs ready to go, I'm probably not the right fit for them. It's almost guaranteed I'm not the right fit for them. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not willing to have those conversations. In fact, I want to have those conversations with you. You know, it wasn't that long ago I printed an envelope job for a fellow stationer because, frankly, no one else was willing to touch it. It was a challenging job that took a unique approach and no one else was willing to do it. Occasionally, I love taking on those challenges, specifically when they stretch me and my technique. They get me out of my own bubble. But in general, I've got a business card to print, or I've got, I need wedding programs printed, foil stamped or whatever. Those are not going to be the kinds of projects that I do best or can really be competitive in bidding. And the reality is I'm not looking to be competitive ever. I'm looking to charge what it takes for me to deliver for my clients transformative, life-altering work, the kinds of things that changes the relationships they have with their people. And so right now I'm actually working on a few proposals for, well, In fact, right now it's all business stationery. I'm working with one of my favorite cinematographers, a friend of mine from Cleveland, who I just did his branding at Storybox Cinema. Chris Jesperson has what I believe is a pretty solid visual identity now, and we're working on his client packaging and all that kind of stuff. And I can't wait to show him where we're going to take that. Well, in fact, he's seen some of it, but the rest of it I'm working on right now. Then there's Josh Ogle of Ogle Watch Company. I'm working with him on business cards for, check this out, this guy makes, like by hand, from scratch, mechanical watches. Like the whole watch, everything but the strap, and there's like a dozen or so parts that he doesn't make himself. Like I think there's some gaskets in there, and I think he said the second hand might be a little too delicate for his, so he buys that. But like every other part, every spring, every screw, all of it he makes. We want to make like his COAs, his certificates of authenticity, and his business cards for that. And so I'm dreaming with him on that right now. And then there's another one, I can't tell you about him yet, but I'm working with a wedding photographer that I cannot wait to share what we're going to make. It is going to be phenomenal. It is so exciting, and all of these clients are letting me take them over the abyss into something that is just so much more powerful than is necessarily where they would take it, because they just don't know what the edges look like or how to explore them, because it's stationary. That's not their job. They do that in photography and cinematography and watchmaking, not stationary. It's thrilling to me that these businesses that I really believe are all at the top of their game, that they recognize in me something that I can take their business further. It's pretty exciting. Couples are the same way. I'm working on a wedding invitation right now. Literally, stuff came in today and tomorrow it'll be coming in, and I can't wait to start to show you that put together. You'll get some sneak peeks. The whole thing we can't see until summer. The wedding is on Lake Como in Italy this summer, and I just can't wait to share it with you. Oh, and this is my 50th video, and I was talking about it on Insta Live today. I have actually been a little paralyzed by the idea of doing this, and this wall behind me, I had recorded all sorts of time lapses and all sorts of stuff, and I thought I could get it done in a day. I'm on like day 3, and I've got at least another day to go. This thing is going to be awesome. I can't wait to share it with you. On top of that, if you recall, this press wasn't working before, and you saw it working today, so got that all taken care of. I got some stuff hung on the walls. Those are the chases, the frames that hold all of the art when I'm printing it. I got those on the wall, and I think it's kind of awesome. Well, first of all, I got them off the floor, and so they're not in the way, but also they look really cool on the wall. So I've got that all taken care of, and I have a new cutter. And that's probably, right now, the most exciting thing about the print shop side of this work is I was able to program a cutter again for the first time in like, I don't know, it's been maybe a year almost since my programming stopped working. So I am just cranking right now. I am so excited to be off to a great start. I am gonna stop being bogged down by the ideas of these videos. I just wanna get them out there and share with you what's going on in my world. And hopefully you'll take a moment to comment below and tell me what's going on in yours. It's so awesome to be with you. If you enjoy what I'm doing, please make sure you hit subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you next time. Can't believe I almost forgot. I've been teasing something for a few weeks now, and if you have seen my Insta stories or my lives, you probably know about it already. But if you don't, I believe that there are 2 types of couples. Couples who hire vendors that get the job done. Warm bodies who promise excellence and all that kind of stuff. The reality is, all those things are a given in the industry. There's another type of couple who hires vendors because of how they see the world, how they approach things, what their taste is like. And for those people, I've started the Taste Narrative. It's launching on March 12th. You can go to afinepress.com/thetastenarrative, link below, to sign up. All you're signing up for is an email once a week. Every other week, you'll get a deep dive interview with someone in the wedding industry who I think, or the community thinks, has impeccable taste. We'll be exploring what it means to have taste in the wedding industry, what it means to have a point of view and be hired for that point of view. And so I would love to have you come along for that. Again, it's afinepress.com/thetastenarrative, March 12th. That's a Tuesday. Our first interview will go live. Jove Meyer, Jessica Sloan will be amongst the first. I've got a few others that we're trying to get in the calendar right now. I cannot wait to get started with this, and I hope that you join me for the ride. All right, see you later.